Wife cheated, but I still love her. Mm. That's not weakness. That's the hardest thing a man can feel. You found the text, maybe you walked in on it, but however it happened, your world split open in a moment. One second you were a husband, and the next you were something else, something shattered, and the ground beneath your feet disappeared. And the part that's messing with your head the most, you still love her. And your friends don't get it. They say, leave her, make her pay it. But you can't, because that's not all you feel. What you feel is more complicated and more painful. You still love her, and you're furious at her, and you're terrified of losing her, and you're not sure you can trust her again, and you don't know what to do with any of it. Now, that's normal. That's exactly what it looks like to love somebody completely and have it blow up in your hands. So, here's what I need you to hear right now. The fact that you still love her isn't a problem to fix. It's the reason you're still in this. It's what makes you different from the man who just gives up and walks away wounded. But love alone won't save your marriage. Love without skill, love without a map, will run you in circles until you collapse. You've been fighting blind, and that ends now. Now, here's the truth most men in your situation never get told. The affair isn't the full wound. The full wound is everything that made the ground fertile for it. The gap that grew between you when life got busy, or the misfires, the disconnection neither of you knew how to name or fix. She made a catastrophic choice, and that's on her. But if you want to rebuild something, you have to be willing to see both sides of what happened. Not to excuse her, but to understand the full terrain. Because you can't fix something you can't see. Now, here's what I mean by that. Most men love their wives the way they themselves want to be loved. In other words, you prove love through loyalty, through endurance, through showing up, providing, keeping your word. To you, love looks like I stayed, I worked, I came home every night. And if she doesn't feel that as love, something must be wrong with her. But she's not broken, and neither are you. You've been speaking a language she can't receive. That's not how she receives love. Two people, both giving everything they have, both feeling completely unloved, even while they love each other. And it's that gap, over months, over years, that becomes the ground where disconnection grows, where she stops reaching for you, where she stops hoping you'll ever really see her. She didn't wake up one day and decide to blow up your marriage. She got tired of feeling alone inside it. Now, that's not to excuse what she did. It's to give you the full map. Because you can't lead what you can't see. And right now you're navigating with half the information. So here's what most men miss, and it costs them everything. The man who understands what made the ground fertile doesn't just get answers. He gets his power back. You see, most men in your position choose anger. Anger makes sense. It has a target, it feels like control, and it's cleaner than grief. But anger keeps you reactive, and a reactive man can't lead. But the man who looks at the full terrain, who can clearly see what happened on both sides without losing himself in it, that man is no longer at the mercy of what she did. He's not waiting for her to come around. He's not managing the fallout. He's leading. And that's not weakness. That's the most powerful position you can stand in right now. Because from that place, clear, grounded, fully in possession of yourself, you can decide what to build next, with her or without her, but from strength, not from survival. Now, here's the good news that changes everything. You don't have to wait on her to start. You don't need her to agree to fix it with you. You don't need her to come to the table. You don't need her to commit to counseling or even say the right things. You don't even need her to believe you can rebuild it before you start. You need to become the man who can lead love forward, even when it burns, even when she hasn't earned it, even when the ground is still hot. That man, he doesn't wait for her to change first. He decides who he's going to be, and he starts becoming it. I've coached men through exactly this. Men who found out far worse than you did. Men who were further gone. Men who stayed, but not out of desperation, but because they chose growth over rage and clarity over chaos. One of them, I'm just going to call him David today. He came to me months after his wife's affair. He'd said all the right things. He'd forgiven her. He thought he'd forgiven her, and he stayed in the marriage. And he kept showing up. But his body told the truth. Every time she picked up her phone, his chest would tighten. Every time she laughed at something, his mind went there. He was functioning, he was present, and he was bleeding out. And he said, Genie, I'm doing everything right. Why does it feel like I'm losing? Because performing recovery isn't the same as becoming new. And within weeks, he told me his wife had said something she hadn't said in over a year. She said, I feel safe with you again. He'd become someone different. And she felt it before he ever explained it. Now, that's not magic. That's the law of love. And one person walking in it, fully, skillfully, unilaterally, can transform anything. And that person can be you. What separates the men who come out of this stronger from the ones who don't is they decide to grow because of the fire, not in spite of it, because of it. They stop trying to figure out if you should stay or you should go before you've become the man who can lead what comes next. And you can't make that decision clearly from where you're standing right now because you're still in the fire. The fire isn't punishment. It's the thing that forges you into someone stronger than the man who walked in. And that's the strongest move. Get the map, do the work, become the man, and then you'll know exactly what to do. You're not done. You're just getting started. Now, if you want my personal help, apply for a marriage reboot strategy session. We'll look at exactly where things broke down and what has to shift. Grab the link so you can love fearlessly.